tell you when I'm done getting beautiful? Guys, it's Maya and welcome back to my channel. So today I have one of my best friends with me, Kimi, here today, and I'm going to be doing this fall glam makeup look on her. Like, her favorite is browns and golds, and she always does this amazing dark purple lip color. It looks amazing on her skin tone, so I thought that I would just go ahead and do a bold lip as well. So if you guys are interested to see how we got this look on her today, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so I'm starting off with the Benefit Porefessional Primer. I love using this primer on clients. It's a great smoothing primer and it really gets the job done, and I'm just using circular motions and really just patting that into her skin. Now I'm taking a spoolie and brushing her hairs all into place. This is a really important step because she already has really nice eyebrows, so they don't need that much work. And now I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Pomade on a e.l.f. angled brush, and I'm starting at the tail and I'm making sure that I fill in the tail nice and dark and then just feather it forward instead of starting in the front and making really harsh lines. I'm just using a very light hand and I'm feathering backwards through her brows to fill it in more subtly. And then once I get towards the front here, you can tell that I'm just not adding any more product and I'm just flicking the angled brush upwards so that it creates more brow-like strokes. And then you're going to want to make sure you brush through that product one last time before you move on. Now I'm taking some concealer on a flat brush and I am just outlining her brows just on the outer portion, and then I'm dragging it downwards and using that same concealer as an eyeshadow base, and I'm just spreading it evenly with a brush and smoothing it out with my damp beauty blender, and then I'm going to be setting the eyelids with some loose powder. Now I'm grabbing one of my favorite palettes to use on my clients, my Too Faced Peach palette, and I'm taking the shade White Peach and I'm dragging that under her brow bone and setting that concealer in place so that it doesn't run later. And then before placing any colors down, I'm going to make sure I know exactly where her crease lies, where her fold is on her eye, and then I'm going to go ahead and start placing Candied Peach and Summer Yum into her crease and kind of just making sure that I'm following the guidelines that her eye shape already has. And I'm using a very light hand and just blending those two colors out. Now I'm having her look straight on and I'm taking another blending brush and I'm just marking exactly where her eye creases, and that's where I'm going to start putting my actual crease color and just deepening it up with a brown. And I'm switching back and forth between my fluffier brush and my compact brush and just making sure that these colors are nicely blended out. I keep both my brushes in my hand and I go back and forth, and I really take my time to make sure all the colors are blending smoothly. Now on the same flat brush I was using earlier, I'm taking some concealer and I'm carving out her lid space. Again, I have her open her eyes and look up to make sure that the concealer doesn't touch the top of her eye or make sure that it doesn't move around. And then I go on to make sure that the shape is okay so that her lid color stays separate from her crease colors. Now on this little flat brush, I'm taking the color Luscious and I'm putting that on her inner corner, and then I'm putting this gold color called Cobbler on the center. And then I'm going to go back in and make sure that the brow bone is nice and clean. Moving on to eyeliner, I just like to put some on the back of my hand and then I lift the eyebrow all the way up so it's nice and stretched and I start creating that line. And then I'm taking the color Delectable, which is this dark plum color, and I'm just dramatizing the outer corner and making it a little more darker and a little more fall vibe. So I went ahead and applied mascara and lashes off camera, and moving on to the skin, I'm using this e.l.f. foundation palette in the shades Fair, Light, and I'm using a small concealer brush to place the product, and then I'm going to go in and buff small areas with my beauty blender to make sure that it's building nicely. I love this palette because it has all these different shades, and I can use the 2 lighter colors under her eyes for a little pre-highlight, and then I can use the darker colors on her perimeter to make sure that I create a smooth, even base. The e.l.f. foundation is really great. It's really buildable. As you can see in this video, I am just really building the product, going back and forth between the brush and the beauty blender, and it turns out fantastic. To contour Kimi today, I'm using the NYX Wonder Stick. This is a highlight and contour stick in the shade Deep, and I'm just using the dark shade to go around the perimeter and just start cream contouring, and then I'm going to take my beauty blender and just buff everything out. And for her nose, I'm going to use a thin brush because I don't want to move the product on her nose, because obviously that's a small space, and you'll see that here in a few seconds. Now I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I'm going to begin highlighting her face. This is a great concealer to use on any clients you have. I have all the shades, and it's just a universal, inexpensive concealer that you can use. If you're a beginning freelance makeup artist, it's a great inexpensive alternative. And I'm just blending that out with my Real Techniques blending sponge. After you blend out the concealer, you're going to want to take your sponge and blend everything together so it's seamless. And then I'm taking some Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder, which is another dupe that I have for the Laura Mercier powder. It's a great dupe for that, and I'm just going to begin baking her under eyes and any areas where she may get oily. Now I'm taking this Benefit Cheek Parade palette, and I'm using the Hoola bronzer to bronze Kimi's face up. This is a product that she actually uses in her everyday routine, so I knew this was going to be a great color for her. Now I'm grabbing my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm using Lucid and Lyric to set her under eyes, and I'm just using swiper motions and getting all of that loose powder off of her face and setting it at the same time. Now I'm reaching back into the Benefit Cheek Parade palette and using Galifornia on her cheeks, and then I'm lining her bottom waterline with some black eyeliner. Now I'm going back into my peach palette, and I'm grabbing the colors Delectable and Summer Yum, and I am blending out the bottom waterline to give it a dark smoky effect to match the top. I love using this Becca Glow on the Go kit in the color Opal. This is a great shade for all skin tones, and it's going to make a beautiful highlight. And then on a lip brush, I'm taking the color Vintage from the NYX Liquid Suede Vault line. That's a mouthful, and I am using a lip brush to fill in her lips with her favorite dark lip color. So here's her enjoying her fall glam makeup look. I hope you guys loved it, and I hope you guys learned a few things to use on your clients. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
Here we go down together.